Imagine your childhood home. Right, your ultimate safe haven.
Oh, yeah.
Now imagine the outrageously cocky, infuriatingly handsome man you publicly humiliated last week, just like lounging on your favorite library sofa.
And smelling of sandalwood. Let's not forget the sandalwood.
Obviously the sandalwood. And he casually drops the news that he now legally owns the place. So do you hit him with the bronze statue you're gripping, or do you marry him? Welcome to the deep dive.
It really is the ultimate litmus test for a romance hero, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. Today, we are plunging headfirst into the first 6 chapters of Lady Bridget's Wayward Rake, which is book 3 of the beloved Riddle Sisters series.
Yes, and our mission today is absolute.
We are answering the most crucial questions for any romance reader out there. Like, is Marcius, the Marquis of Heathfield, actually hot? Is he redeemable? And most importantly, would you keep reading?
You either love a rake or you want to throw a book at him. Or, a bronze statue, Bridget's gaze.
Exactly. And just to set the stage for you listening, we are keeping this strictly to romance reader energy today. Oh, absolutely. No stuffy professor talk. We do not want to hear about the socioeconomic implications of the establishment or patriarchy or agency or whatever.
None of that. Leave it at the door.
Right. We are here for the tension, the banter, the forced proximity, and figuring out whether we'd swipe right on this man, because frankly, we are completely split on this.
Very heavily split.
I'll put my cards on the table first. I think Marcius is the real deal.
Oh, I strongly disagree.
Hear me out. Yes, he is cocky. He's the heir to a Marquess. He has the tailored waistcoats. He knows exactly what he does to women. But look at the facts.
Okay, what facts?
He has been watching Bridget since that end of mourning party last August. He asked her to dance 3 times.
That doesn't mean...
Wait. He doesn't actually care about inheriting Ivy Cottage. He cares about getting her attention. And when she comes back at him with that ironclad, totally outrageous list of marital conditions, he doesn't even flinch. He takes every single term.
I mean, sure, on paper.
To me, that's not a chaotic rake. That is a man who knows exactly what he wants and is more than willing to wait for it.
Okay, but I'm looking at those exact same chapters, and I see a smooth operator playing a totally rigged game.
Rigged. How is it rigged?
Let's be real about what he's actually doing.
Yeah.
He is using a dead man's will as leverage to trap a woman who literally called him a rake to his face.
Well, she was pretty harsh.
And she walked away from him. He is playing an intensely strategic long game. And all of that dazzling sandalwood-scented charm. It's pure strategy to get what he wants.
Okay, let's unpack this, because we have to talk about Chapter 4. The infamous Ivy Cottage ambush.
Yes. This perfectly highlights our divide.
So let's set the scene for the listener. Bridget walks into Ivy Cottage, and this isn't just a house for her. This is her sanctuary.
It's her safe space.
Right. It's where she goes to read, to breathe, to remember her late parents. So she walks into the library, and there's the, quote, handsome and dashing Lord Heathfield, totally unbothered, with a book splayed over his broad chest.
The sheer audacity of the man is staggering.
Bridget is so startled, she literally grabs a bronze statue off a table to threaten him.
It is such a phenomenal entrance by the author, though, because you immediately establish the physical threat he poses to her peace of mind.
But then he drops the bomb. He casually mentions that her late father left Ivy Cottage to him.
Yep, out of nowhere.
And if she doesn't marry him in 2 months, the house defaults to the church. And then, oh my gosh, then he actually has the absolute nerve, the unmitigated gall, to look at her and say, who am I to look a gift horse in the mouth?
Which is exactly why I say this is the ultimate power play. Think about the mechanics of a marriage of convenience trope.
Right.
It only works if the stakes are incredibly high, forcing 2 people who seemingly hate each other to tie the knot. Marcius knows this.
I mean, yeah, the stakes are high.
He's cornering her in the one place she feels safe. He is weaponizing her dead father's will to capture a woman who, let's not forget, brutally rejected him.
Yeah, she told him, I prefer gentlemen who know when to stop talking, which is a great line, by the way.
It's an amazing line. She wounded his pride. He's wanted her ever since, and now he holds all the winning cards. He's using her deep emotional attachment to that house to back her right into a corner.
Okay, I have to push back on this characterization of him as some evil mastermind. He didn't write the will.
He's exploiting it, though.
He didn't hatch some villainous plot to steal her house. He was literally just waking up on his 26th birthday, probably nursing a hangover, getting dressed by his valet, and Mr. Plankton, the solicitor, showed up and handed him this wild hand of cards.
A very convenient hand of cards.
Marcius is like a guy who accidentally finds an all-access backstage pass on the ground and decides, you know what? I'm going to shoot my shot. Is it really manipulative if he is offering her a genuine partnership to save her beloved house?
Offering partnership. He tells her the house goes to the church if she says no.
Well, those are the terms of the will.
That isn't a partnership. That is coercion wrapped in a very expensive, perfectly tailored waistcoat. He knows she won't let the house go. He knows he has her trapped.
But look at how he handles it. He doesn't play the tyrant. He tries to genuinely charm her.
Oh, he tries.
He leans in, gives her that look, and says, "Consider this. Every day you will be with me. How better way can you spend your time?" And what does Bridget do?
She laughs at him, literally laughs in his handsome face.
Exactly.
It is such a brilliant moment because it completely deflates his ego. He's a rake. He is used to women swooning and blushing and stammering when he turns on the charm.
Yep, falling all over themselves.
And she just laughs. It completely strips him of his usual power.
And my question for you listening is, do you think her armor is already cracking because she secretly finds his sheer audacity a little bit hot? Or was she genuinely just laughing at his massive and fleeted ego?
I think it's the ego.
See, I think it's both. I think she is infuriated by the trap, but she's also looking at this broad-chested man lounging on her sofa and thinking, well, this is certainly not the worst view in the English countryside.
What's fascinating here is how the physical space dynamic transitions into an emotional space dynamic.
I like that.
By the time we get to chapters 5 and 6, Bridget isn't just reacting anymore. She's strategizing. She regroups with her sisters, Cordelia and Ariana, and they treat this marriage proposal like a high-stakes hostage negotiation.
They really do. I mean, Ariana's in the background practically drafting legal loopholes. It's amazing sisterly solidarity.
It is. And Bridget comes back to Marcius with a list of incredibly fierce conditions, separate rooms for a full year.
A whole year.
Absolutely no mistresses, minimal public appearances. By setting these hyper-specific legalistic rules, Bridget isn't just negotiating a marriage. She's building a psychological fortress.
Wow, yeah.
In romance literature, a contract trope is never really about the paper. It's about giving the characters a tangible wall they can slowly, agonizingly dismantle. It's the illusion of control. She takes a rigged game and rewrites the rules.
It's a total boss move, a complete subversion of the power dynamic. He walked into that library holding the deed to her house, and she walked out holding the exact terms to his daily life.
Yes. But look at Marcius's reaction, which proves my point about his strategy. Here we go.
When she lays down the no mistresses rule, he doesn't argue. He just gives this slow smirk and says men have certain needs.
That's Monroe.
He is just playing a strategic game. He agrees to her terms, he backs off, but only because he thinks he can wear her down.
You really think so?
Oh, definitely. He's thinking, sure, I'll give you a year of separate rooms on paper because you'll be knocking on my door in a month.
But wait, let's look at Bridget's side of this fortress. Is it actually a boss move on her part? Or is she completely overthinking a man she loudly claims to hate?
What do you mean?
Because in chapter 5, right before she even makes these rules, Bridget admits to herself, in her own internal monologue, that she has harbored a, quote, secret affection the size of a mustard seed for Marcius since that party last August.
Okay, but a mustard seed is notoriously small. It's practically microscopic.
But it's a seed. Seeds grow. That's the whole point of a seed.
I suppose that's true. So I want the listener to think about this. Is this mustard seed the true beginning of the love story? Or is Bridget totally lying to herself about how big that seed already is?
He's definitely lying to herself a little bit.
Exactly. Because the mustard seed is proof of a universal truth in romance. You don't build a massive, heavily guarded fortress unless you secretly want someone to lay siege to it.
That's a good point.
Hate isn't the opposite of love. Indifference is. And Bridget is anything but indifferent. Think about it. If she really truly hated him and felt nothing, would she go through the trouble of specifically banning him from kissing her in the contract?
Okay.
You do not explicitly ban kissing unless you are terrified you might actually like it.
Okay, that is a very fair point. She is protecting herself from her own attraction to him just as much as she is protecting herself from his reputation.
Right.
She knows he's a rake. She knows he flirts with everyone in London. She tells herself that the heroes in her favorite romance novels don't act like this arrogant lord.
But then he shows up.
Exactly. He shows up looking like that, smelling of sandalwood, offering to save her home, and suddenly she needs a legally binding contract to keep him on his side of the hallway. Because if she doesn't have the contract, she might just give in.
Exactly. She is trying to logically control something that is entirely emotional, which is actually a brilliant segue into why she feels so out of control in the first place.
Right, because Bridget's desperate need to control Marcius with a legal contract isn't just about his inflated ego or her mustard seed of affection. It's a trauma response.
Yes.
She is trying to intensely control her romantic life because her actual life is spiraling completely out of control. We see this plainly in chapters 1 and 3.
Which introduces the underlying plot that really gives this romance its edge. It isn't just about a marriage of convenience in a cottage in the country.
No, not at all.
We learn that Bridget's parents weren't just tragically killed in a random carriage accident. They were murdered.
By an assassin known as the Prince of Death.
Which, side note, is such a dramatic, brilliant romance novel villain name. I love it so much.
It's so good. And it completely changes the entire tone of the story. Bridget's family is secretly dealing with this massive, unresolved trauma and this highly dangerous underground spy plot.
Yeah, it's heavy stuff.
There is this beautiful, haunting scene where Bridget is standing alone, looking at the family portrait hanging in Ivy Cottage, wondering about secrets, quote, long buried with the passing of time.
And she hasn't even told her Uncle Winston about the murder. Only the three sisters know the truth. They are carrying this entirely alone.
Exactly. So if we connect this to the bigger picture of the romance, this murder mystery is like dropping a single drop of ink into a glass of water.
Oh, I like that analogy.
It starts in the background, but it's slowly going to color every single interaction they have. He thinks he's playing a clever game of chess for a cottage and a pretty wife, but she's actually fighting a covert war.
Right.
This raises the stakes entirely.
Right.
Bridget is carrying a dangerous, life-altering secret, and she is about to marry Marcius, a man who, by all accounts, is a self-absorbed party boy rake.
Well, I wouldn't say completely self-absorbed.
I mean, how is a man who measures his daily success by how many society fathers want him as a son-in-law going to handle an underground spy plot?
That's a little unfair to him.
This murder mystery isn't just a subplot.
Yeah.
It could wreck this marriage of convenience before it even starts. If he finds out she's been lying to him, or worse, if he gets pulled into the crossfire because he's too busy admiring his own reflection to notice an assassin.
Hold on.
It's a disaster waiting to happen.
I see your drop of ink, but I raise you this. What if the spy plot is exactly what Marcius needs?
What? How could an assassin be what he needs?
Hear me out. In Chapter 2, he literally admits to himself, we get his perspective, that his endless life of societal amusements is losing its shine. He is actively bored.
Being bored at a ball isn't the same as dodging daggers.
But he's looking at his father's hollow, libertine life, and he is dreading it. He's thinking, is this really it for me? Just parties and waistcoats until I die. He wants something real. He is looking for a purpose.
I still think that's a huge leap.
So maybe discovering his new wife's secret spy family isn't a disaster. Maybe finding out his wife is caught up in an underground murder plot is the exact jolt of reality he's been craving.
A jolt of reality. It's a murder plot.
It might be the catalyst that finally breaks him out of his aristocratic boredom and transforms him from a shallow rake into the hero Bridget reads about in her books. I mean, he already proved he can keep his cool when she threatened him with a heavy bronze statue.
A statue wielded by a librarian is one thing. The Prince of Death is another entirely.
I'm just saying he's got potential.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The man was profoundly annoyed that he had to sit through a routine meeting with the solicitor on his birthday. How is he going to react when he finds out his new wife's sanctuary, the cottage he just blackmailed her for, is actually a hub for treason and murder?
He didn't blackmail.
He's looking for a quiet, convenient marriage. He is not prepared for this.
He's going to step up. I'm telling you, I am looking at the text, and he is the real deal. He took the separate rooms deal, he took the no mistresses deal, because underneath all that swagger, he actually respects her boundaries.
He took the deal because he's a gambler who is entirely confident his charm will break her rules before the year is up. He didn't respect the boundary. He accepted the challenge.
Well, it seems we are absolutely not going to reach a consensus on Lord Heathfield today.
Definitely not.
I am completely buying his redemption arc. I think the Rake is ready to be a hero, and he's just waiting for the right woman to demand it of him.
And I still think he is a smooth-talking opportunist who saw a brilliant chance to secure a beautiful, fiery wife and a piece of the Riddle family prestige. And he took it without a second thought.
Which means we have to turn it over to you, listening right now. We want your predictions based on these first 6 chapters.
Yeah, let us know.
Will Marcius earn that tiny mustard seed of affection and grow it into something real and sweeping?
And is Bridget going to find something hidden in the walls of Ivy Cottage that changes everything she thought she knew about her parents' murder?
And honestly, think about that men have certain needs grin. Imagine him leaning against the door frame of that library. Would you swipe right on Marcius? Because I absolutely would, without hesitation.
I would swipe left, keep my ancestral home, and buy a guard dog, thank you very much.
We'll see about that when we get to Chapter 7. But before we go, we want to leave you with one last juicy idea to mull over.
Oh, what's that?
We have spent all this time today debating whether Marcius can stick to Bridget's strict ironclad rules. Can a notorious rake really survive a full year in a separate bedroom without a mistress?
I doubt.
But what if the real plot twist isn't Marcius breaking the rules at all? What if the twist is Bridget realizing her own rules are driving her crazy?
Oh, wow.
What if she is the one who can't stand the proximity, cracks under the tension, and ends up crossing the hallway to his room first?
Now that is a thought that changes the entire game.
Right. Until next time, keep reading.